Peace, everybody. I have a serious question that I want to ask because I am on a quest. Wait till some people come in the room.
Don't forget what will happen to your loved ones if you don't stick to the plan. I hear you loud and clear.
Center Butler, wait until Ladybug is given the miraculous to reproduce before you capture her.
You have to stay where you are. Oh, come on. What's with everyone telling me to stay where I am?
Readers created an illusion of Ladybug to fool the butler, who's really a sex monster. If you go there, you might screw up the whole plan.
And you know this how?
Please.
Well, it's because I've had a really good view of the whole thing since the very beginning. You might even say I have
Okay.
seats here.
I have a question. I was trying to wait till
What's going on? The butler has captured my family, my friends.
people enter.
I don't know. He was already gone when I got here.
I'm eating on some ice.
Would have made more sense for him to threaten your family in order to force you to betray me. I'd never betray you.
I love some ice.
Shadow Moth attacked your family.
I know it's probably not good for me, but a lot of things ain't good for me,
I
so.
won't be able to give you the miraculous of the box ever again.
But I have a question.
I was proud to fight by your side, Ladybug. Don't worry.
How can
Give him a different, but very
I be the
powerful
change
miraculous. We'll see
that I
how
want
much
to see
Thank
in
you,
the world,
Ladybug.
in this world that I'm living in? If the change that I'm always seeking and talking about is pertaining to living in a world where I'm physically free, just as well as mentally being free. How do I be a change? How do I be a part of the change that I want to see in this world that I'm living in? Pertaining to me being free physically, you know, on all levels, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, you know. If the change that I'm talking about, that I want to see in the world, requires being free and letting go of what no longer serves me, which is this monetary system. How do I go about being that kind of change in the world that I want to see? Being being abundantly freely in paradise without a monetary system. You know, because like they say, we do have choices. So if I have a choice, how do I be a change? How do I be the change that I want to see in the world pertaining to a non-monetary system? How do I be that change? Any suggestions? Any suggestions? And I know a lot of times when it comes to, you know, individuals' facts or truth, you know, a lot of people tend to secretly know that another individual truth, they, you know, they take it as truth as well, secretly from another person, you know, another human being. And I know a lot of times it don't be the truth that they are against. It be simply coming from that person, that particular person, that they don't like it coming from. So I am aware of that, you know. People tend to secretly, you know, resonate with the truth coming from another individual, but they don't like who it's coming from. So put that aside and just accept the fact of the matter of the truth, that it's just the truth no matter who it's coming from. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just want us to be open-minded, you know, for a moment, you know. Again, how do I be the change in the world that I'm living in? How do I be the change that I want to see in the world that I'm living in? You know, pertaining to me wanting the change to be living abundantly, you know, coming from a healthy perspective, you know, living abundantly without a monetary system, being free to be free. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that it's my birthright to not only think for free, but live for free, abundantly, free of charge, with no strings attached, you know, with no catches behind it or none of that. You know what I mean? Just free to be free, you know. And I know a lot of times in my videos I get kind of tongue-tied, but, you know, I'm not here to be perfect and sound perfect, which I am. I'm perfect within my own divine self. You know what I mean? Which I feel like we all are, but, you know, a lot of us, you know, take that term as, you know, being too, you know, don't see themselves as being perfect. Which, if they like to use that word God, a lot of people like to use that word God as like, and they'll say, well, God made us all perfect, so why do we go around here saying that nobody's perfect? If the God that you speak of, if you're saying that the God that you speak of or call on say that we are perfect, you know. But anyway, I ain't here to talk about that word God. I'm here to talk about an individual, a human being, an individual of a human being, you know, talking about being the change that they want to see in the world, you know. And like I said, like, if, you know, if I'm like somehow, because a lot of times, you know, I say stuff so quickly that, you know, I'm not putting it into, maybe to in a way that you probably not understand it, but you do understand it. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, just think outside the box, or just, you know, correct me or get a deeper understanding of what you are aware of what I'm saying, even if I slip up and say it wrong or whatever. And you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I'm not up here to be all the talk all fancy and, what we call being professional or whatever. I ain't here to do that. You understand what I'm saying or what I'm trying to say. So this is for this video. This is for any other video I have ever put out or anything like that. If I said something like that didn't click or had a misunderstanding, you know, make it understand, make it overstand. You know what I'm saying. So this message is just all about
First, the object that controls the Senti monster.
how do a person like myself that has a strong sense of being free for not just herself or himself as a whole, as a collective, as humanity. If we love Mama Nature, we know that Mama Nature involves all of humanity. You know what I'm saying? How do someone as such as myself that thinks so highly of not just herself but humanity, in a sense of wanting us to have what we are free of charge, how do you be the change in that sense, in that perspective? How do you be the change of what you want to see in the world? You know what I mean? With no strings attached, no catch, none of that. Just being free.
Can you hold on to this for me, please?
Now, a lot of people don't want to, talk about that. A lot of people just want to talk about all of this other stuff, such as, the government, how fucked up the government is, what they doing. A lot of people are so focused on exposing the government and exposing this and exposing that and into, letting our
I'll come back in a minute.
ideologies, divide us, keeping us divided. I don't care about your personal beliefs. All I care about is humanity having our basic necessities free of charge. And you can have whatever belief you want to believe in. Whether you believe in another spirit, another thing, another piece of people, place, or a thing. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm about, our well-being, and what's divinely us. You know what I'm saying? What we already is. You know what I'm saying? Without paying for it. That's what I'm about. I'm about humanity being really, truly, divinely being free. With no strings attached, no catch or none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm about. That's all I'm going to ever be about. No matter what situation I'm in, no matter where I'm living, no matter what I'm up against, any of that. No, none of those things define what I'm about. And I'm much more than that. I'm much more than us of humanity coming together and getting back to what we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's humans of humanity. So that's us as a whole, as a collective, being free. You know what I'm saying? We love to talk about that word free and freedom and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm here to expose. I ain't here to keep talking about, how things ain't right with the government, what they doing, how they got us, enslaved and, chasing things that's not really there, such as a dollar, or, stressing about paying bills. And what I am stressing about is us not really tapping into our powers and getting our powers back, as far as like putting us back where we belong, on our thrones. You know what I'm saying? As being divinely guided and being divine souls and being freely abundant, free of charge. You see what I'm saying? I stress about that because I feel like it's very, 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 very necessary for us to stop going to chase what we already are. You see what I'm saying?
I believe I have invented a time travel telephone
We are the food that come from the earth. We is the earth. We is the dirt, the soil. We the water. We the food. We each other.
It's working great. You're talking to your future self?
Yes.
It ain't nothing outside of ourselves that's greater than ourselves, because we're everything that's on the outside. It's already in us. So it shouldn't be we, going to chase anything, because we are what the hell we chasing. Whatever the fuck we chasing.
Pizza made it.
You guys should join the league. We have leagues every Friday and Saturday night.
Is that like the resistance?
And I'm only talking about the good. We always talking about the bad. Fuck the bad.
What are the winning lottery numbers? If you just let me know one.
We are part of being unhealthy, in all aspects, but we should let that go. It's not serving us. I'm more focused on the good side of us. We are everything that's good on the outside of us. It's all in us. So we shouldn't be chasing any fucking thing. We are what we are fucking chasing. We are what the hell we seeking. You see what I'm saying?
I'm Zoe, and this is Paul. Don't be late. This runs the Hue'Man oil machine to see the biggest family comedy.
Thank you.
I hope this message
I can recognize
reaches humanity,
shocking that I enjoy being
because it's very important that we let go
His rule's not my baby.
of what is no longer serving us, what never served us. Don't you want the very best for yourself without a monetary system? Don't you want to stop paying bills? Don't think that it can't happen, because it can. Just think for a second how free, how truly divinely free that you will be without paying bills. There's no need to pay bills. I don't care who or what told us that we have to pay bills. That's not true. That's not true at all. Don't you want to see yourself eating the very best? I mean, free of charge? Think about it. You eating the very best. I know I want to. That's all I think about. But damn, why should I have to pay for it? Then when I pay for it, I can't even be consistent with it. I can't even eat it, because I need this fucking piece of paper.
You're doing everything wrong? Oops.
I want to eat good and wholesome every day, all day, without paying for a damn thing. Because that's not natural. We talking about eating natural, but we ain't eating it for free. And that's supposed to be natural. Paying for good, free, fresh food, wholesome food is not natural. That's not natural. So if you're going to eat it naturally, why not get it naturally? And that's without paying for it. That doesn't go hand in hand. Don't you want the very best of the pollution in the air? I mean, not the. Don't you want the very best of breathing in that good ass prana, as Brother Ralph Smart always talk about, breathing in that good ass prana? Don't you want to inhale and exhale the very best of air? Fresh air, fresh food, good transportation, beautiful homes, without paying for any kind of bill? Like, you got to be kidding me if you think for 1 second. You got to be kidding me if you think for 1 second that it's okay to pay for what you naturally are. People say, oh, just do what I can. Do what you can. Okay, do what I can. What I can do, or what I should be able to do, is live free, fresh and freely and wholesome, without being charged. That's doing what I can. This is not doing what I can when I have to pay for what I am.
I knew I saw evil on my Twilight books. I stuck with mine. Definitely Team Jacob. How are you on Team Luke? Change your age, height, and abs. I have a six-pack. Yeah, a pudding cup. Jacob may have abs, but he's just a big pudding cup. Harry, you wanna go play too?
I was just hanging in the shade with Millie's a mermaid. She's wearing coconut bronze and gets her red tan line.
Let me see if I can add some
You
people.
should be wearing some more. What am I saying?
See if I can really get people to come in and chime in.
Sweetie, wouldn't you rather...
Yeah, let's talk about good, clean, healthy, good foods. Let's talk about good, clean, healthy resources, sources, and people, places, and things. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about living and breathing and eating and being wholesome. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we don't need no monetary system to breathe, live, and eat wholesome. Let's talk about it.
You never come by with your imaginary grandchildren. Not necessarily.
Let's talk about how we do not need a monetary system, how we can truly be the change in the world that we want to see,
Mrs. Arthur from our building
with no attachments,
she seems happy enough.
with no attachments that are no longer serving us, that never served us. Let's talk about it.
Have a soup stain on your sweater. Can't take you anywhere.
Chosen ones, step up. Let's talk about it. Chosen ones, you know who you are.
Wait, please tell me Mr. Kipling did not...
The ones that really know what I'm talking about, but not talking about it. The chosen ones that know what the hell I'm talking about, but we're all not coming together to talk about it.
Mr. Kipling is in love. Oh, I always knew this day would come. I need to have the dog with him. But first, someone needs to have...
How come we all can group up and talk about what the system and what white supremacists or the government, whatever we want to call it, how come we all can group up and talk about that? How come we all can group up and talk about group economics and buying land and all that, but we can't come together and talk about how can we all group up and talk about being vegans and all that, but we can't all group up and talk about how we don't need no monetary system to be vegans, to live on the lands, to have beautiful homes and transportation and wholesome food and, just being who we are and what we are, free of charge. How come we can't group up and come together and talk about that? You know what I'm saying? And do something about that. We can group up and talk about everything else. We can group up and talk about, this religion and spirituality, the Christians and all of this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We can group up and talk about how we can buy this and buy that, and why we can't come together and talk about and do something about us getting away from a monetary system and really getting back to who and what we are. Why we can't group up and come together and talk about that instead of us come together, grouping up, talking about all of this other stuff. The system, the government, what they're doing, and grouping up, talking about showing what we have, being vegans and, buying some land and all this other stuff. I don't understand it. Talking about grouping up, going to church together, going to the mosque together, going to every damn thing else. We group up and talk about everything else. Group economics. We talk about all this other stuff, grouping up to do all this other stuff, but we can't come together and group up and talk about getting away from a monetary system, which I feel is very necessary. We can do everything else. We create all these other groups talking about how the system and the government is doing this and that. Why, if we're not going to do anything about it? Like, really, why? It really hurts me to my heart that
I had imaginary friends and I turned out just fine.
I sit here and hear all of this stuff, and yet we still going against the very essence of what and who we are, which is being free.
Sweetie,
Not acting like we're free, but really being free.
sure.
Not pretending to be free, but really being free.
Imaginary things are things that don't exist. Like Luke's chances with you.
We shouldn't be talking about grouping up, talking about what the system is doing to us. We know what the fuck they're doing to us. What we going to do about it? We shouldn't be grouping up, talking about be vegan, let's go buy our vegan food. No, we shouldn't be grouping up, talking about go buy some vegan food. We is the vegan food. No, we shouldn't be grouping up, talking about, oh, we about to go to church, have church service. And no, we shouldn't be. No, we should go within and come together and serve each other. No, we shouldn't be coming together talking about going to buy some land. No, we should just be living on the land for free. Why can't we come together and talk about this stuff so we can do something about it? We the people is making the system what it is. Because without us entertaining a corrupted system, it will be no corrupted system or systems. I don't care where you at in the world. It would be not no kind of any kind of corrupted systems around on this planet without we the people serving it, giving it power, giving it, entertaining it, doing what it wants us to do. It wouldn't be none of that. That we don't want to come together and do nothing about that. That's why I get so. That's the shit that be pissing me off. Like, we think we really coming together trying to destroy a system when all we're doing is adding on to a corrupted system. Trust me, if we was destroying the system, trust me, we got all just as much power as we put into creating as much as power and time and energy we put into keep creating a corrupted system, we can put as much time and energy and effort into destroying that corrupted system. These systems are up and running because we are allowing it. We the people are allowing it to stay and be corrupted. That's it. That's the only reason why we got corrupted systems, government, whatever you want to call it, here in existence on this planet. That's the only reason. And like Brother Twin also say, the only reason why we use this monetary system is because we are afraid to what he say? We are afraid to trust each other, or to what was his exact words? To depend on each other. That's the only reason why we use a monetary system. The only reason why we use a monetary system is because we are too scared to depend on each other. And that is so true, because if we truly divinely depend on each other with no strings attached, no catch to it or nothing, I mean just solely, freely, pure enough to just depend on each other, it wouldn't be no need for no monetary system. He is absolutely right in my eyes. That's the only reason why we are using and still using and has been using for a long time a monetary system.
Watch Big City Dreams on Disney Channel. So, cricket, how was that?
I feel like you've got a better take.
Now, let's get back to the show.
So in the beginning, I was talking about how can someone like myself be the change that they want to see in the world, as far as what I'm always talking about. The change that I want to see in the world is for humanity being right, being back rightfully in our places, being rightfully sitting on our thrones without paying for what and who we are. People say be the change that you want to see. How can I go about doing that when this is what I'm talking about is like on a higher, it's on a grand scale? Because like I said, I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about humanity. I don't want just me. I can't even, that's not even possible for me to live out here in this world that I'm living in, living freely, abundantly, free of charge, having access to the resources for free. But that's the change that I want to see in the world. That change I can't do by myself. But that's what I need and that's what I want for not just me, but humanity. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to connect the dots to these words we always using. Oh, be the change that you want to see. Oh, what's greater than you? Oh, you know, you the creator of your world, or you can manifest anything. I'm trying to connect the dots here. But when I'm talking about manifesting and being the creator or being a co-creator or whatever you want to call it, or being a, you know, being the change that I want to see, this is what I'm talking about. Humanity. Not paying for their life. Not paying for something that we are. Which is we are everything. And like I was saying in the beginning of my videos, we need to stop chasing what we already is. It's no need for us to go out here and chase anything. We are out here chasing on the outside of ourselves what we already are on the inside of ourselves. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, once we let this mindset of, you know, having a corrupted mind, that's why everything that's in this world of existence is going against us. And I ain't talking about an individual. I don't want nobody come for me with I'm straight. No, you straight with that piece of paper. But what are you without the piece of paper? You're going to need it. We're going to need each other. I'm not talking about with the monetary system, an individual being straight within a monetary system. I'm talking about a humanity being straight without a monetary system. You see what I'm saying? So never get it twisted like a mango mystic that I'm out here talking about, oh, you know, an individual being straight. No, I'm talking about humanity. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than myself. It's bigger than just yourself. You know, when someone is talking like this. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, we only get up here and come together in these groups and talk about what these corrupted governments are doing. It's only doing it because we are allowing it. That's it. And I think the chosen ones, the ones that's aware, the ones that's awoke, the ones that are enlightened about a whole lot of things, as such as what's really going on in this existence that we're living in, I think we already know. I know we already know. My bad. I know we already know why these corrupted systems are out here doing what they doing. And it's because we the people. Like I said, wouldn't be no corrupted system nowhere on this planet if we the people aren't allowing it. Because like we always say, it won't be no government if it won't for we the people. Okay, so with that being said, we the people got to change that. We got to destroy what the hell we created. And we created a monster here, which is these corrupted systems. That's something that got to go. We got to let go of. It no longer serves us. It never served us. You see what I'm saying? And I hope these videos, my videos really reach people, because it's coming from a pure intention, a pure heart intention every single time I get up here. You know what I mean? I don't really have people to talk to because they're not interested in these kind of conversations. Then as soon as I want to talk about these conversations, they scatter like roaches. So it leads me back to square one, back to myself. which is pretty damn sad. Because damn, I'm like, damn, ain't you tired of paying bills? Damn, ain't you tired of going pay for food? I mean, clean, fresh food at that. I believe that we should just be having clean, fresh food, eating it on a daily, consistent, on a everyday basis, without having to go pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. We need that. I love that. I want that. You know what I'm saying? But I also want to stop paying bills and stop paying for water. Stop paying for shit that we are. We are every living, breathing organism in this existence, in every different shape, form, and fashion. How can someone that speaks about information as such as this all the time, how can someone like myself be the change that they want to see, that they need to see in this world that we're living in?
Whatever you do, don't flip your lid.
I am so desperately trying to be the change that I want to see in this world. But it's the information that I spit constantly all the time. Like I said, like I always say, it's way bigger than me. I sit up here daily, every day trying to figure that shit out. How can I stop paying for what I am? But I'm aware that it consists of, it pertains to a people, a collective. And I sit here and think about all the time, how can I get a collective? How can I get us humans to see that it's possible to get rid of a monetary system that's not needed? I get it, but how can I see it? But how can I get and see other humans getting it and seeing it? That we don't need a fucking monetary system. We can all let that shit go. Aren't you tired of paying bills? Aren't you, Tanisha? Aren't you, Brother Netter?
Actually, it was the emergency brake.
Aren't you tired of paying for food? I mean, good, clean food. Don't you just want to be able to go out there into the world? It should, like I said, this whole planet should be abundant in food, people, places, and things. You know what I mean? Don't you just want to go out there and just pick your food, your clean, fresh food, free of charge, without another human being coming up to you and say, you can't just go out there and get who you are and what you are. You got to pay for it. Wouldn't that sound nice? Somebody not stopping you from going out there, staying wherever you want to live and having fresh, clean food all around you, where you can go eat it whenever you feel like it, free of charge, without somebody, without a middleman or somebody coming to say you can't do it like that. You got to go through another human being. You got to go get some pieces of paper to get it. Don't you want to go live wherever you want to live at, in a beautiful, nice home, without even thinking about paying any kind of bills? I mean, don't you? It's your birthright. It is your birthright. It's your birthright. It's your birthright. Your aunts and uncles, your cousins, your babies, whoever. All humans. You can call it your babies, your sons, daughters, your parents. We're all humans at the end of the day, no matter what kind of title you give it. Family, neighbor, strangers. We're all humans. These are just titles. We're all humans, spirits, energies at the end of the day. And I know we are tired. I know we are tired of paying for food, clothing, shelter, and good transportation. Who doesn't want a nice ride to travel? We need transportation so we can travel. Wouldn't you love to go travel for free? Have whatever kind of ride you want. Fill it up whenever you need to, free of charge. Go wherever you want. Go live wherever you want, free of charge. Have the fresh, cleanest, purest water for free of charge. Fresh, clean food. You can go travel wherever you want and have all of this good, wholesome, clean food free of charge. You can go from this city to that state to this country and just live for free in beautiful homes without even thinking about what you gonna eat the next day, where you gonna lay your head at, how you gonna get there. It's all ours, free of charge. We can live wherever we want to, whenever we want to, however we want to, whenever, however, and wherever. We should want that. It's our birthright. And we shouldn't be charged for it. Period. I am so sick and tired of the way we're living.
If you're gonna keep remembering everything that I say, I won't talk to you.
If we saying we want the very best for ourselves, this is it. What I'm sitting here saying and have been saying, this is it. It's the beginning.
Am not. Am not.
It's the very beginning to having the very best of the very best. It's a start
I'm upset that Sarah likes Nana Banana.
of living for free,
Oh my God.
being free. It's a very good start of having the very best of clean food, clean clothes, clean, nice transportations and homes, free of charge. That's a good damn start.
That sounds like so much work.
Oh boy.
Hey, you put the deck card back to
And I don't care what nobody say.
Sure, Blue.
If they're telling you that
Yes.
in order to have the finer things in life, you have to pay for it, we have been lied to.
She's not a bad influence.
That is not true.
Sorry.
Just because we've been taught for it to be true.
Nana is
We go around here saying, well, you know, you have to have money to have the, you know, the finer things in life. No, we don't. I don't care if we've been brought into the world believing such a thing like that. That doesn't make it true. No, we don't. No, it's our birthright. We don't have to call on, no offense to anybody, but we don't have to go outside of ourselves and pretend that somebody gave us this home. No, gave us this food and gave us this money to go get the food and home. No, you put in all of that work. You did that. Give yourself that credit.
As soon as the girl's looks go, so does he.
Without an individual putting in that work to go get the money, to go get the food and the home and the car, whatever else we want, to find the things in life that we want. It wouldn't have happened if we wouldn't have put our energy, our divine sacred energy into doing so. Don't give nothing outside of yourself no credit. Give give yourself the credit.
This lizard, right? You fell in love.
No offense, I mean, but people are being too extra when they, you know, giving a outside force all the credit. No, give yourself all that credit. You would never get any of these things if you didn't put the energy into it. If you didn't never put the energy, the time, or none of that into doing it, you wouldn't get it. We can put in the time and energy doing all of this, having the finer things in life without a monetary system. Think about it. If you wake up tomorrow morning and it's no money into existence, I bet you we will still want and need the finer things in life. Fresh food, clean clothes, nice, beautiful, warm, cozy house, beautiful home, land, everything. You know what I'm saying? We would still need all of this stuff. Lights, water, all of that stuff. We would still need it. How will it get done? Money don't got no legs and arms. It just, money, pieces of paper and coins just did not come into this existence with legs and arms to build anything, to grow anything. But I promise you, you got legs and arms and everything else to go build a home, go grow some food. We don't need no money, because can't no money do anything for us. We can do for each other.
He doesn't answer, does he?
But he never answered when
Money don't have no damn power. We do. We humans have all the fucking power because we make shit happen. And we don't need no pieces of paper that don't got no mouthpiece, that don't got no legs and legs and arms to put in no work to do any damn thing. That's how you know we don't need it.
Why don't you just stop worrying so much or you're gonna slip up? Oh, speaking of which,
Just like before you get that paycheck, you got to put in that work to get the shit done before you get that paycheck. Okay, so why do you need a paycheck when you already did that job?
you know you want to.
Why can't we just do the damn job, do what we need to live here? Why do we think we need a piece of paper to get the job done when we're already getting the job done before we get that paycheck? Because when you go on any job, or even if you work for yourself, you ain't going to get no kind of damn coins or no pieces of paper until after the works that you done created or that you done put in time for to do. You ain't going to get no coins or pieces of paper before that work get done. You're going to get it after. So why would you even need the money? At the aftermath, why would you need it when the job is already done before you get the damn piece of paper? That doesn't make sense. That go for growing food. Okay, you growing food. You gonna go out there and grow the food, and then when the food is finished growing and you bag it up or whatever and why do you need the money? Just give it. We need food. Okay, that house is already built. Then you waiting for a paycheck? What the hell?
Don't you want to look as good as me?
This shit does not sound right. The shit that we're doing, it does not sound right at all.
Really? That's great. Hi, it's very
The more I think about this shit, the more it makes sense.
She's over there.
That's a real boy.
Okay, you already put out a album. But before you put out that album,
His friend Herbie the Hippo really hit it off the middle.
okay, before you put out that album, you ain't gonna get no coins. It ain't until the aftermath.
Bertram.
After you put out that album, that's when you get the coin, the bag, whatever we want to call it, the money. Okay, the album, you already created it. Why do you need the money? That go for whatever you love to do. Whatever you love to do, just do it. Without looking for something like some money in return. Yo, this shit is mad wild, man. But that's what I'm saying. We all want to come together and talk about let's do our albums together so we can get that bag. Let's build homes together so we can wait for that paycheck, get that bag. Let's grow food together. Let's eat vegan together. Let's be vegan. Let's go on this movement of being vegans. But you got to pay for all of this shit. Why?
You can't own the slide.
Why can't we just do all this shit just because we need it? Free of charge.
Call my nanny. Oh, you can play the nanny card.
So, again,
What's the damage? Let's kill Pop.
how can a human being as such as myself
Oh, well, I am sure he'll move if we had
be the change
Hi, sweetie.
that they want to see in the world as far as humanity
Okay, let's go find his nanny. We need a
being and living abundantly, free of charge, with no strings attached and no catch behind it, just with pure intentions. How can a human being as such as myself be the change that they want to see in the world with no strings attached and no catch to it? Because this is the only change, where the first of many changes that I want to see in the world.
If you wouldn't mind just asking.
You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of change I'm aware. I swear I ask myself this all the time. How can I get others to see other reflections, pieces of myself to see, especially when it comes down to humans, to see that we don't need money, a monetary system, to have the very best of the very best free of charge, especially if it's of good, you know. So I hope these messages I hope these videos that I'm always constantly putting out, including this one tonight, I hope that it reaches humanity, because like I said, it's very, very important, that I feel like it's important or very necessary and mandatory to talk about, so we can do something about it. Peace.